This is the exact system that I've used to systemize my business so I could generate over £1.3 million in sales. And if you watch this video right through to the end, I'll show you everything so you can just steal it and implement it straight into your business. So why should you listen to me anyway? Well, I've been coaching ecom business owners now for the last 3 years and running multiple e-commerce stores and generating 7-figure revenues for myself and the people that I've been working with. So let's get straight into this system. I like thinking in systems, and this is the most simple way to break it down how you can go from having a busy, overwhelming e-commerce business that you're running that's generating sales to the point where your business will run without you. You can focus on scaling and working on the things that you matter most. And there's 3 steps to this process. The first step is to do a task audit. The second step is to put together SOPs and Loom videos. And the third step is to hire a virtual assistant to take things off your plate. Simple 3 steps. I'm going to dive into each of these now. And if you want this resource, I'm going to share this beneath this video. If you just send me a message on Instagram, and you can get your hands on everything that we're going to go through today. The first step is the task audit, because you can't outsource chaos. We need to get a grip on what you're doing with your time right now. And most people, most founders that I speak to are just gripped in chaos and reacting. We need to get a handle on what we're doing. So I've made this super simple for you to get clear on how you're spending your time. If you just click to make a copy of this resource here, so I'll send over that resource, you'll click make a copy, and you'll see the magic of how this task audit sheet works. So the first step is on this first sheet here. And as you can see, we want to go ahead and take 5 steps, and it'll all be done for you. So these are the instructions. Have a read. There's also a video that you can watch where I explain how to use this, but we're going to go ahead and move straight on to the second sheet already. So what you need to do with this sheet is write down all of the ways that you're spending your time in column A. So for example, are you still responding to customer emails? Are you still uploading supplier invoices to your Google Drive to be organized? Are you contacting new suppliers? Like, what else can you be doing? Are you answering live chat messages? Are you updating product pages? And just write down everything that you do in a day. And you might need to get intentional because it's easy to just react, but just spend half an hour now. This might just take 5 minutes if you're very aware of what you're doing already, and just write down all the actions that you're taking day to day as an e-commerce business owner. And then once you've written down those tasks, now we want to write down how much time you're spending doing those per week. So for example, 5 hours responding to customer emails. I'm going to have a think about how long am I spending answering live chat messages. It's about half an hour a day. So over the course of the week, I'm spending about 3.5. It'll be 2.5 hours over the course of the work week doing that. For updating product pages, let's say on average we spend about 6 hours doing that. Then once you've got your time spent allocated, you then need to categorize these tasks. Are they something that you can delete because they're a waste of time? Are they something you can automate because it's something that can be done with an automation like Zapier or a tool that will help you to just get it off your plate immediately? Things that are great for this is like saving invoices to the Google Drive. You can put an automation in place to say, when I receive this invoice from this supplier, please save that to a certain Google Drive, things like that. And the other one is delegate. Is it something that is not driving the business forward and it's a repeatable day-to-day task? Things like answering live chat messages, things like fulfilling orders. These are perfect for delegation. So I'm going to say delegate for this one. And then for the other option is CEO only. Now, there will only be a very few tasks that only can be done by you. For example, contacting and signing new suppliers, I'd say is a CEO only task. Hiring or even having a say in who you hire, CEO only task. But updating product pages is definitely something that we can delegate as well. And you can put notes here as well about how you'll do this. So for example, answering a live chat message, that would be done through delegating to a VA. And the same with updating product pages. Brilliant. And that's what you need to do. Get intentional, write down how you're spending your time. Then on the third sheet, this is all done for you. This just makes all of the data that you've given in the previous sheet, it puts it into a nice, easy to understand format here. So you can see this is how your tasks are being spent. This is how your time is being spent. And it's telling you how many tasks are things that need to be delegated, how many tasks are things that need to be deleted or automated, and how many tasks are CEO only tasks. And then have a look at the percentage. And you can see now, this is making it really super clear and obvious for us that 60% of the tasks that we're doing should be delegated. to somebody else. That's 60% of your time as the business owner. It's incredible. And in fact, it's 60% of your time, but the table below will tell you how much time that you're spending, not just number of tasks, but the amount of time that you're spending. So we're spending 13.5 hours a week, which is 75% of our working week, doing tasks that can be delegated. So this sheet brings it into stark focus, into real obvious reality, how much time we're wasting. So you can use this, and it makes it really simple. And that is step 1 of the Ecom Freedom Starter Pack completed, because now we're conscious about how we're spending our time. And there's some tips here of how to improve this straight away. But now we're going to move on to step 2, because we've identified that there are things that we need to be delegating and outsourcing. So same again with this resource. Again, if you send me a message on Instagram, I'll send you everything that I'm going through today, so you can do this yourself and you can implement this system to systemize your business. Now, on to the second step, and this is a Loom and SOP template pack. Because now that you've identified that there are tasks that need to be delegated, so anything with the delegation sign here, these are the first things that we need to be handing over to other people. But we can't just hire a VA and say, start doing this, start doing that, because they'll have no idea of how it is you like those tasks to be done. So this is what we need to do before we can outsource. And that is creating very simple SOPs, which stands for Standard Operating Procedure, or just a process checklist. And we need to give them videos of how you complete the actions that you're completing. And this is something that doesn't need to take long now, thankfully, because of how advanced Loom is as a tool, which is the tool I'm using to record this now. Very low cost, and it can be very quick to do this. So don't let this scare you off if you've never done anything like this before. So the way to do this is to use this plug and play SOP template that I've created for you here, because you're already halfway there by using this sheet. So for example, what I've created here is an SOP template. So you've got something to work with every time you create a new checklist of how to do something. It's already half done for you. So if you need to create a checklist for how to respond to customer emails, then you can just follow this. You put in your title, you put in the purpose of the SOP, the tools that are needed, so it'd be Gmail or Google Workspace, whatever it is you need to give access to, and then you just put the instructions into here. And then also you provide an explanation of what's done right, so they know what they're aiming for. Then also I put together a Loom script prompt as well. So when you start a new video, there's a script for how to do that, how to follow it, and a little outro script as well. So it makes it super simple for you to get started. And also in this resource pack, I've given you some examples so you know what it is that you're going to be creating. So for example, if you want an SOP of how to handle the customer service inbox, I've got one created already. So this is, you can give this straight to a VA, say these are the tools that you'll need, these are the steps that you should follow whenever you're clearing out the inbox, and this is what success looks like. Order fulfillment, this is how to fulfill an order that we receive in Shopify, make sure the product gets to the customer. And there's a ready-made SOP for you there as well. But it gives you an example of what we should be creating, and that is step 2. So just to recap, step 1, identify the tasks that need to be outsourced. Step 2, create the checklist so we can give them away. And now on to step 3, and we need to hire somebody to take over those tasks that we've just created processes for. So here is a VA hiring toolkit that you can use to do that. Now, the reason we want to hire virtual assistants is because they are online, remote workers that can work on the hours that you'd like them to work. We normally hire from the Philippines, which means they're very low cost for the amount of value that you get from these people. And ultimately, they are very cheerful, very willing people that are very enthusiastic about working for your company and taking on these tasks that you, as a business owner, shouldn't be doing. And they've been the best decisions I've ever made. So I've got 2 full-time virtual assistants on my main e-commerce store, and they handle all customer queries, all orders are fulfilled, return request, after sales support is all handled, and they mean that I can just focus on the tasks that really improve the business, like optimizing the marketing campaigns, or I can create videos like this, and I can coach other e-commerce business owners and help people like this. So I now help hire virtual assistants for e-commerce business owners. So I can do this for you if you prefer somebody else to find VAs and put them into your business. I do that now with my clients. But if you want to do it yourself, this is the VA hiring toolkit. Let me just talk you through what's in here. So inside this toolkit, you've got a job post template. So this is how you go to onlinejobs.ph, you'd upload this job post, and it will find you a rockstar VA, because it's got everything you need to filter out the time wasters and just get through to the best people. Now, the way I do this is by putting little Easter eggs into this job post. So I asked them to send me a photo of a carabao, but it's hidden right in the middle of the job post. So I didn't even see it then myself for a second, because it's hidden deliberately. So you've got to have good attention to detail to notice that I want this. And then that's how I filter out time wasters and get some really good VAs on board. Step 2, after you've got the job post, you get applications back. We then want to send a test task. And that means you can start to filter out people that aren't going to be right for the job. You ask them to reply to these example scenarios. And then phase 3 is getting them onto an interview. So I'll shortlist about 3 or 4 people that have done great in the first 2 phases and sit down with them for 15 minutes to half an hour and get to know them as a person. And then I can make a decision as to whether they're a great fit for the business or not. And there's example questions to ask there and example of how to run those interviews. And then I've also got a template in here for a contract. So then you get a contract in place so they know exactly what they're going to be working with. That's all here as well. And then also there's an option here for you to use me to access my own talent pool that I'm creating of virtual assistants that are ready to be put into e-commerce businesses. So that's there, ready to go. And that's it. Those are the 3 steps that I followed to systemize my business so I could scale, or taking a step back from the day-to-day operations. And when you implement those 3 steps, you'll start by being really intentional with your time and stop wasting so much time. You'll also have checklists and SOPs ready to give to people when you hire them, and you'll be able to find the best VAs to take over your business, but not let the customer experience be affected at all. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. Let me know how you're going to implement that system. If you like the resources that we've been through today, send me a message on Instagram and I'll get that straight over to you so you can just use it, implement it immediately into your business. And if you'd like to speak with me about how I can help you to put these into your business and systemize it and outsource parts of your business, then feel free to book in a call with the link in the description and we can talk about how to implement this into your specific business needs. So with that said, hope you enjoyed the video today. If you did, subscribe, leave the video a like, and I'll catch you in the next video.